Good evening. Let's go and call this special meeting to order. Have a roll call, please.
Walters.
Here.
Rarden.
Here.
Ewer. Here. Benner.
Here.
Parton.
Yes.
Crum.
Here.
Thompson.
Here. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, item number 1, we have old business. A, selection of Ward 4 council member to complete the term in place of Russ Kessler. All right, so this will be like our last council meeting. I'll call you up one at a time. Please state your name. If you want to come up, please tell us your name, your address, why you would like to be the Ward 4 council member. And then I'll open up to the council to ask you any questions. And then after all of you have gone through, and then we'll go for the vote. And the council will vote on who they would like to see. But first, I'd like to say, thank you for coming. Thank you for showing an interest in wanting to become a council member. So, thank you. All right, first, DJ Barkley.
Hello, and thank you all for coming in. I know it was an unscheduled meeting. You're probably around dinner time and everything. So yeah, DJ Barkley, 719 South Lakeview, here in Haysville. And so I know that this is usually a voted upon spot by the people. And now the people in this room are going to be voting on it. And so since you represent the people, and if appointed, I'd be working with you. Figured I'd let you know a little bit more about how that would be, or how I would be if I was in that seat. So, some things about me, as far as it goes with government, is I have a disdain for big government. The bigger it gets, the more I don't like it. I, in the most part, disagree with taxes the bigger government gets, with most government agencies and regulations. And on that, I'll say I have an extreme admiration for small government. I think the most important level of government is what I'm looking at in this room. It is, well, you guys have done a good job of taking care of our community. I think that if people focused more on small government and their own communities and take care of it the way that Haysville has, then America would have a much brighter future. And done good stuff. I've disagreed with some things in the past, but you can't make everybody happy. For the most part, great things. And relatively recent times, the Haysville Activity Center. And, that's kind of the middle of the city with the pool there, and it's kind of the heart of the city. And a lot of people go there and love the city. So thank you for your service, and regardless of who you vote for, thank you for what you do. And this is some other things. Probably like I am at my own house, I'd probably be pretty interested in what we pay as far as bills go, or if certain bills would be necessary or not. I'm not sure until I take a real close look at them. But I would support any businesses, anything that we can do as a community to help businesses. I know a lot of businesses, small ones, come and go in the community. And really, other than that, big thing that I would be against would be I would never vote for anything that would about slowing down or shutting down any part of our economy, or labeling workers as essential or non-essential, pretty much in any circumstance. Even if it was a Sedgwick County policy, I would be against But I would make my decisions on the premise of what I thought was best for the citizens of Haysville. So, on that, I thank you, and thanks for having me.
Council, anybody have any questions for Councilman Walters?
Yes, I have a hypothetical question. Your first one up, unfortunately, you'll get it first.
That's fine.
And actually, this did happen. But suppose there was something that was kind of controversial and you voted according to your convictions, and then you had somebody call you up and told you in no unpleasant ways how they thought about that. How do you handle that?
Well, I'd probably just listen to them to start out with, and I would tell them that they're free to have their own convictions and I'm free to have my own convictions. They're what leads me. I would ask them what leads them and why it was different. I'd probably just talk to them. I might invite them out, have a drink and talk about it. But I would definitely make decisions based on my religion and stick to it.
Thank you.
Council, any other questions? I don't see any, so thank you.
Thank you.
All right, next, Justin Brewster.
Good evening, Justin Brewster, 585 South Schoolhouse Court. What I see is Haysville is a great community. I grew up here, was born and raised here, left to go to the University of Kansas and get a degree in human biology. After that, decided to get on the fire department, got on the fire department with the city of Wichita and decided to live back here because it's a great community. It's a great community to raise my kids in. We have an awesome church that I attend, and I'm very blessed to have great friends there at that church. Some pros that I see in our city is one thing that DJ mentions was the hack moving it. I worked for that hack, I believe it was in 2000 with Georgie and some of the other, Jenny was one of the other people that I worked with. And I think it's great that we moved the hack into to Haysville. That's a big thing for the community. I think it's fabulous that we have the pool that's been redone since I was here. Some other things I think, Fall Festival, 4th of July, I enjoy doing those things with the scouts, doing those parades with the scouts. We have a great police department. I think they work really hard for what they're handled with this small community, and they do a great job. I know our resource officers, because that's the most contact I have with them, are outstanding. They are really for the students and really try really hard to get to know the students. And it's a lot of pride to walk into a school and see the resource officers, or even see our teachers. Our teachers are doing an outstanding job with what's been handed with them the past couple of years, and I think they've done a great job there. Let's see, in our area, alone in our, seeing Country Lakes addition being the second phase coming into that, that's nice to have some more houses around the lake on the west side. And then just the sidewalks that we put in on our side, up and down Meridian, and then clear out to Haysville Middle School West. I think those are great projects that the city has put a lot of forethought in, and I think they've done a great job. So that's pretty much a little bit about me.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Council, you have any questions for Mr. Brewster? Councilman Walters?
Yes, I'll ask you the same question. Would you like me to reiterate it?
Yeah, please.
So you voted on a controversial issue according to your convictions. After the meeting, you were called by a citizen who basically berated you and told you how wrong you were. How do you answer that?
Well, I think you take time to listen to somebody and you try to see their perspective of where they're coming from. But at the end of the day, I'm going to stand for what I feel is right. I'm going to listen, but I'm going to explain why I made a decision that I made. It's okay to agree to disagree with somebody and walk away and still be on good terms with somebody. So I think me and DJ especially, we deal with that every day with our real job, is we deal with our, citizens that are upset or mad about certain things. And it's just taking that moment to calm down and calm them down and talk to them and explain to them what the situation was.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Any other council members? Seeing none, thank you. Next, Timothy Hauser. Is it Hauser or Hauser?
Timothy Hauser, 1516 Jubilee Street. I didn't write anything down, but I did send you all an email. Hopefully you were able to get it or checked your email and read through that. Just clarifying a few things from last week or from a month ago. Really don't have anything to add. I mean, you were all here, so, except for Pat. That's all. I mean, like I said, I clarified everything in that email, so. You want me to answer?
Thank you. Council members?
Please.
I mean, you really can't change what they said. I mean, you have to listen to the constituents. I was a retail manager for 20 years, so I did lots of that with upset or customers and stuff like that. So you just have to, as Justin said, stand with your convictions. Make sure that you make the most educated decision that you can, and just let them know that that's what you're standing with. So that's. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. We do have a fourth application for Joey Dalton, that they are not here. So at this time, I'll turn it over to Angie to call the vote.
Okay. Okay, let me go up here where I can see you.
I take it this is not a present count, it's just a count on who we're voting for.
Correct.
All right.
Angie will explain.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna go down the list, and I'll just ask you to raise your hand for that person if you would like to vote for them, or leave your hand down if you don't. So we'll start with Dennis Barkley. Okay. Justin Brewster. Okay. Timothy Hauser. And then Jody Dalton. Okay. I showed 4 for Dennis Barkley. As the-
Congratulations.
Or you can come right here.
Dennis, congratulations.
I'm gonna do the oath of office real quick.
Oh, sure.
You can just raise your right hand and repeat after me. I do solemnly swear
I do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Kansas,
and the Constitution of the State of Kansas,
and faithfully discharge the duties
and faithfully discharge the duties
of the office of Council Member Ward 4.
of the office of Council Member Ward 4.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Too late now, you're here.
Train stopped and you got thrown on.
You did take me by
You might have a
surprise.
seat.
Here
Right here.
and chair.
So congratulations, and as I said before, I think Justin and Timothy, thank you for showing interest in this position. Councilman Rorden, did you have a question?
No, I didn't have a question. I just wanted to thank Tim and Justin.
Absolutely.
It speaks highly when, people want to step up and, do their part for the city. And it was not an easy decision, by no means. But, it's just the way it goes. So, but I just want to thank both of you for stepping forward and trying to make a better community.
reiterate that. Thanks a lot.
I agree, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
Thank you.
All right, item 2 is adjournment. Councilman Benner,
I make a motion that we adjourn tonight's meeting.
Second.
Okay.
you have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Call, please.
Barkley,
Yes or no?
Yes.
Walters,
Yes.
Rarden,
Yes.
Ewert,
Yes.
Benner,
Yes.
Carton,
Yes.
Crum,
Yes.
Thompson.
Yes.
So who's gonna take